Okay, now we're gonna get into another evidence to show you how the system continue to fail children, or the system continue to protect. It's as if these people take great pleasure in knowing children have been tortured and brutally killed, right? Now, it amazes me how these people can go after rainbows and unicorns, but when they have actual evidence that a child is in danger, real solid evidence, they drag their feet. They drag their feet. But they got all the time, energy, and money to chase unicorns and rainbows, right? To let everyone see that they are doing work when cases like this goes under the radar. Let us get into another piece of important evidence to show you the system and to show you once again that some of these people that work in the police, social services, right, or you call them child protection, the hospital, in the schools, some of these people, they are not real people. They are skinwalkers. They are demons, right, walking around in human form. Yes, they live and work and walk amongst us. Let us get into this evidence. I'm guilty. I killed my baby. Father of girl 10 found burned in a trash can and weighing only 32 pounds admitted to causing her death. An Atlanta detective investigating the death of a 10-year-old girl found starved to death and burned in a trash can testify in court today that her father had admitted to killing her. Emani Moss weighed just 32 pounds when her scorched remains were removed from a garbage bin outside an apartment complex in an Atlanta suburb last week. Emani's father, Eman Moss, and stepmother, Tiffany Moss, have been arrested and charged with murder, concealing a body, and child cruelty after police say they had starved to death their daughter and then set her body on fire to cover up the crimes. Okay? Can you believe that? According to a report from Georgia's Child Service Agency, pay attention to this part. Eman Moss brought a trash can and tried to incinerate his daughter's body in it. When the girl's remains would not burn, he took Emani back home and called police on November 2nd. It has emerged earlier this week that Georgia's Child Protection Agency had dismissed a report that Emani Moss had been beaten with a belt. The Division of Family and Child Services did not send case workers to interview the girl, examine her injuries, or question her parents. Agency officials concluded the beatings were corporal punishment and ended the case, despite 4 prior maltreatment investigations involving the child. Right? The agency first made contact with Moss family in 2003 when Emani was only 1 year old. The station 11 Alive reported case workers were told that the baby was not being properly cared for and denied food, but officials ruled the allegation unsubstantiated and closed the matter. 2 years later, in April 2005, the agency investigated claims that the 3-year-old girl was suffering emotional and psychological neglect, but these allegations were dismissed as unsubstantiated. In December 2008, the DFCS got a tip asking to look into claims of inadequate medical care and possible sexual abuse. Caseworker met with the child in private and concluded no concern were noted about her. In March 2010, the Child Service Agency confirmed that Emani had been whipped with a belt for failing to finish her schoolwork or get good grades. Emani parents were ordered to take parenting class and go through an anger management course. 3 months later, the child was returned to the home and the case was closed 6 months later. I am not even going to go into any more. So you see, the system have known about this child, and the neglect and what this child was going through from the child was one. But yet still, in 2013, we have this evidence, this article telling us that the child was found burned in a trash can after being starved. Why? We've got the evidence to show you the system knew about her. They knew what was happening. Time after time after time, I've presented evidence showing you how these people in suit and tie, right? How these people allow certain things to go under the radar. But best believe they got time, energy, and effort to chase unicorns and rainbows, right? When the real case is there that needs attention, and they're not paying attention to that. And it just goes to show you the satanic, wicked nature of the system that we live in, right? Please go check this article out. Go check the case regarding Emani Moss. Use critical thinking, connect the dots, ask questions. Why was this allowed to happen? And I'm telling you, because we wrestle not with flesh and blood. And there's a lot of skinwalkers working as social workers, teachers, nurses, and police officers. And that is why they neglect cases like this. It's as if they take pleasure in knowing a child is being neglected, a child is being abused. But they only have time to chase rainbows and unicorns. Let us pray and say, Glory be to the Most High.